Hello, this is part 2 of Brett Keen's Atheist Challenge. I have stopped at question number 8, as far as I can tell. So, the next question is, if I had to follow a man-made god, which god would I choose? Well, I only really am intimately acquainted with maybe 3 monotheistic religions, the Abrahamic religions. I don't really consider paganism to be a particularly viable option here. So in this very narrow sort of narrow playing field, I choose Eastern Orthodox Christianity because of its stress on self-improvement and really not being this sort of, what will God do to me? I am important. Jesus Christ saved me. And also no ridiculous notions such as inherited guilt from Adam and Eve. That did not really exist in the Eastern Christian tradition. And hell is more viewed as separation from God. So it's a much more of a benign picture of hell. There's still problems in the religion, but in my opinion, less than in other cases. And I'm not saying this just because it's my I'm Serb. I've carefully looked into the tenets of every single branch of Christianity and Islam and Judaism and so on. Other than that, I have affinity for Buddhist religious practices, not any of the dogma, but just practices such as meditation. I like Shinto. It seems like a nice, simple, elegant religion, if not taken literally. So it's not like I'm only concerned with my religion of origin, so to speak. Should a god be held to its own principles and rules? No, a god should be held to universal principles and rules, which are not created by God but simply are, like treating other people fairly. That's not a God-ordained rule, but by all means a hypercritical God who tells humans to follow certain codes and then breaks these codes indiscriminately is out, absolutely. Number 10. Do you hate God or anyone who believes in it? Absolutely not. I mean, my grandmother is a devout believer and no, just no. However, people who actually want to kill in the name of God make my blood freeze, and am absolutely frustrated with such people and would gladly do anything in my power to counter these people. Do you feel like agnostics are honest in their position? Well, I think that for the most part they're honest. I do think that certain types of agnostics are laboring under several misconceptions as to what atheism is. For example, you have to be a strong atheist to actually be an atheist. If you have at least 1 milligram of open-mindedness that you could be wrong in your current convictions, then you're not really an atheist, you're an agnostic. So those who have that sort of a misconception aren't really, but are effectively atheists, aren't really true agnostics. Many others that have freshly deconverted spend a few months in agnosticism, not really wanting to be open-minded, not wanting to jump into the deep end immediately. And I think the change really happens when they realize that it's not a matter of are you certain, but it's only a matter of what's your opinion. So that you can have strong opinions and be open-minded at the same time, which was not the case in while they were religious. I think when one really and breaks that, I basically think that's good when that happens. So, but I would say agnostics are honest about their position, only in some cases honestly mistaken. Would I slay Adolf Hitler as a baby? Well, we could intellectualize about this all day, but you know what? My grandfather barely escaped being killed by the Croatian Stasi. My some friends of my parents lost most of their family. I can say that I would kill the bastard immediately, and would gladly go to prison because of that, because I take responsibility for my actions. So it's not necessarily that killing is always unjustified. In my opinion, if you have to kill someone for the greater good, do it. But that kind of a call should not be made lightly, which is why a penalty for making such a call exists, called prison or death penalty or whatever. And if one can serve that death penalty or prison with a clear conscience, then he was justified in doing what he did. So basically, I'd kill Hitler and take responsibility. As simple as that. Bonus question: prove that Jesus existed. This is an utterly stupid and irrelevant question, for the simple reason that whether Jesus existed or not is absolutely irrelevant. Just like whether John Froome of the cowgirl cults in Polynesia, whatever exists, is irrelevant. Either he was a myth from the beginning, or he was an ordinary person who became mythologized. In any case, he didn't really leave a mark upon history outside of Christianity, and his life is historically absolutely irrelevant, and it's even irrelevant to the believers themselves. They don't really want to find the truth, whether Jesus actually existed or not. They would rather have a current situation. So, okay, that's it.